I'm going to talk to you guys today about why I have my largest investment in the junior sector in Laurion Mineral. I've been an investor in the junior sector for over 20 years, and I've invested in a lot of companies over those years. And I'm going to tell you why. Now, one thing is that you may not have heard of Laurion Mineral Exploration. And the reason why you may not have heard of it is because for the last 5 years, our CEO made a commitment that she was going to spend the time drilling and proving up the asset. We haven't spent our time going around to shows. This will be the first one in 5 years, in fact. Haven't spent the money marketing and promotion. One of the things I want to encourage you when you're looking for a company to invest in is that you want to look for the companies that haven't been heard about yet. You want to look for the companies that haven't had the people surrounding them in their boosts, because the ones that are hiding in the corners are the ones that are the next big ones to move. And so I'm going to show you that here today as we go through the slides. I'll be making some forward-looking statements, and so please read this. We have a strong management team led by our CEO, Cynthia Lasura-Quinn. She has over 40 years of experience in the mining industry, and she is a boots-on-the-ground CEO. Now, what does that mean? Well, a lot of the CEOs you're going to see here today spend a lot of their time going to different shows across the world, and they're in fact also spending their time trying to raise money, which is all a major part of this process. Our CEO has been boots on the ground for the last 10 years on site, and she knows the geology on the back of her hand. And so this is something that makes us special. We most recently have added Vikram Jayarman, who is Senior Vice President at DRA Global and brings a host of mining experience to our board. We have a robust treasury with $6 million in cash with very disciplined capital deployment. You'll see here that we have very large family, friends that have invested in this. This is another thing to look for when you're trying to look at what stocks to buy. Look for long-term investors that have put their money. Now, this is probably the most important question that you're going to hear from Rick Rule and others as they speak about what you should look for when you're trying to find the next junior that you should buy. Skin in the game. When we look at Laurion, the CEO, Cynthia, of Laurion has 30 million shares, which is almost 10% of the outstanding shares. I challenge you to go out and talk to every single one of these booths that you talk to today. Ask the management team how much skin they have in the game. Ask them the percentage of outstanding shares that they hold. Why is this important? It demonstrates absolute confidence in the company's trajectory. They are shareholders with you. They live and die with you. When the shares go up, they win too. This is extremely important to look for. The Ishkade is the name of the project that Laurion is working on, and it is in a top-tier jurisdiction. It is located 3 hours north of Thunder Bay in Ontario. Now, I'll say you'll hear a lot about jurisdiction in these next couple of days. I would argue that Ontario is one of the most mine-friendly jurisdictions in the world. And you can do your own research into that, but Laurion sits right in the heart of Ontario in a very special place. This is where infrastructure meets scale. Now, this is another thing that's extremely important when you're looking at juniors is look at what type of infrastructure they have around them. Laurion is located off a major regional highway, Highway 11, right outside of a town, Beardsmore. Year-round exploration accessibility at a reasonable cost. This is not the Northwest Territory. We can be there year-round. The next thing to look at is that this Ishkade district, it has produced up to 4.1 million ounces of gold from 1925 to 1971 in 19 different mines. Two of the highest producing mines are existing mines that we have on our property. They were in this group. 100% of our land is owned with 21-year mining leases. Now, this is an extremely important slide because as you go around looking at juniors, another important thing is to look at where are the majors around them? Are there other companies that could potentially in the future take them out because they're interested in the property. I want to point out that this is, you probably can't see the ticker, there we go. This is Laurion right here. This is Alamos Gold here, and this is Equinox. One of Equinox's best mines is the Greenbelt mine that they have in Ontario. You'll hear Ross Beatty talk about it here in the next couple of days. We are right next door to Equinox in the Greenstone Belt. The Ishkade has a 6 by 2.5 kilometer mineralized corridor. You'll see this, that we have existing mines. The Brenbar mine is down in the bottom left. The Sturgeon River mine there next to it. These are the existing mines that I was speaking about before with very high grades of gold that were mined back in the 30s and 40s. The Ishkade is dual mineralizing events. Now, I'm not a geologist, but I can tell you that this is very important because it is epithermal style mineral, base metals, and it's the orogenic is on top of it. Now, for all of you that might be more technical and geological, you can talk to me and Cynthia in the back, our CEO, and she can give you more information on this. But this really sets us apart from a lot of other miners and makes us potentially in the future a very successful open pit mine. We have done extensive 3D and AI modeling of the Sturgeon River mine. And you can go to our website at laurion.ca and you can see drill results. We posted some of these high-grade results that we have of our current intercepts. 9 gold-bearing structural trends have been identified. The Ishkade, as I mentioned before, has a gold base metal corridor, and we have extensive modeling from VRIC that we can show you that shows this structural corridor. So this is a really important slide to point out all the key factors of Laurion that I want you to see today. Laurion has done 100,000 meters of total drilling to date. Hardly anyone knows about Laurion at this point in time. Just in 2025, 7,500 meters of drilling in 17 holes. I mentioned it before, these 2 past producing mines, the Sturgeon River and the Brenbar, 17 grams per ton in the Sturgeon, 20 grams per ton in the Brenbar. 57 square kilometers of district scale gold system next to seniors. We have advanced permitting, and this is extremely important because in our surface stockpile we have over 10,000 ounces of gold. We're this year likely going to be getting our permit to be able to process that gold. Our market cap is currently at 75 million. Well, 10,000 ounces of gold at 5,000 gold is $50 million. Our market cap's at 75 million. You can do the math there. This year in 2026, we have waited for this opportune time to come together and work towards an NI 43-101 technical report. I'm extremely excited about this as we'll be putting out a resource estimate. So this is responsible advancement. We have agreements with the First Nations. As I said, permitting underway, and this is advancing us very quickly. So this is the corporate advantage in summation. Laurion against other juniors, top tier jurisdiction, district scale land position. We have existing infrastructure. Permitting is already underway. We have clean corporate structure and a very strong treasury. This is a company that you want to take a look at. Definitely. This is the last slide I want to put up, and this is a reality check for explanation. 1 in 10,000 prospects become a mine. I'm not going to get into details as to why. 1 in 2 real discoveries eventually get mined. We believe that Laurion will eventually be mined, and Laurion's objective is not to build a mine itself. It is to prove a mineable district. Thank you. If you have any questions, you can meet me in the back corner.